this project about my 7 years journey of documenting my life. The challenge in editing that project is I have to use a bunch of shots from the past where I didn't even have the idea of creating a shot list or planning the shot in advance back then. So most of the shots are like what they call it run and gun. Basically, just go by instinct, right? So if I see something that catch my attention, I would film it. So after finishing that project, I look back, then I analyze, and then I realized that there are a good amount of shots in this project that got me thinking, wow, I'm so lucky that I captured this shot back then. And without them, the story wouldn't flow well, in my opinion. How I can transition. Me writing my journal and then sit at the park in a different outfit. The visual kind of feel disconnect. How can I move from point A to point B? When it comes to filming back in the day, I didn't really think about it. Back then, the idea of transition for me is just the type of shot that show me moving from one place to another place, walking type of shot, the shot that show my movement. But in this part of the project here, I think with this close-up shot of my hand, plugging in between, the visual flow is much better. Me writing on my journal, close-up of my hand, then me sitting at the park in different outfit. Close-up shot can be used for transition too. The close-up of my hand here, I think it works for two main reasons. First, it hides the detail of environment. That can make the transition to the next scene feels less abrupt. And second, it also suggests the ending of the action, making it more natural to move to the next action. And interestingly, the shot that I forget the most back in the day is the concluding shot. The ending shot suggests that, okay, this is done, this is over, the ending. Particularly when doing travel vlog, it's so easy to get lost in what is going on. There are so many, spontaneous things that happen, and I tend to go with the flow. The result is that I forgot that I have to film something that suggests that, okay, this action end. Most of the time, that is a type of shot that I forget a lot. Always make sure that when you film your vlog, at least you don't forget some type of shot that suggests the ending of something, the ending of the scenario. So shots like this, the concluding shot of the action, I notice is also common in movie. This small action signals the end of the scene. For example, in Gone Girl, there's a shot where the main actor closed the window blinds, then police station, which is completely different setting. Now it makes sense because shutting the window blinds clearly suggests the end. And now, moving on, I have a scene of me in New York. And this is the concluding shot, the reaction of myself. And I needed to transition to a shot of me being in India. In a hotel restaurant.
Thank you.
So if I would plug in the shot of me being in India here, this one, right after the shot of me in New York City, it doesn't quite make sense, right? For so many reasons. There is nothing suggests that, okay, I'm in India already. Two completely different settings. New York is outdoor, India is an indoor setting. And here's where my next lucky shot comes in. Ambient shot of the building in India. And after inserting the ambient shot, here's how the sequence flows. New York.
Thank you.
Then ambient shot. Another ambient shot. And finally me at hotel restaurant in India. I feel like this structure makes the story flows so much better now compared to jumping straight from New York to India. Now the question is why ambient shot works so well in transitioning from one setting to another setting. Part of the reason I think also here is about mutual elements. You see elements of building here as concluding shot in New York. Then the first shot of India scene, you see building again. The mutual element, I think it makes the shot feels less disconnected. Ambient shot in general, I would say they are so useful in moving the story forward to the next scenarios, especially the type of shot that can belong anywhere. For example, the moving trees, moving clouds. I think it can hint our brain to think that, okay, the story moved to the new setting. Another example is here from the scene of me mainly looking at myself in the mirror. I have this wide shot of beach environment first to suggest that the location is about to be different. To me, being at the beach. So as you can see, we should not forget ambient shots because it's so useful in setting the story. It can be used for transition as well. These three main things that I share with you today, the type of close-up shots that can be used for transition, the type of shots that suggest the ending, or ambient shots. I believe this will be incredibly helpful for you, especially if you are a beginner trying to film and edit your first vlog.